Hello, Scorpio. Here's your weekly horoscope for February 14 to February 20th. Well, yours is one of the fixed signs that for the last number of weeks I've had to warn and kind of point out that there were some very troubling aspects going on in the sky. And these may have indicated some very troubling situations going on in the lives of the fixed signs Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. But this week, I've vowed to try very much to put as positive a spin as I can on any negative aspects I see while still doing my job of advising and warning. But I can say that this week things are really looking up, Scorpio. We start the week with Moon in Pisces and we end the week with the Sun in Pisces. Pisces is a sign that ends up in your solar fifth house of fun. And that's not a bad thing, believe you me. Little known by a lot of people, you have quite the funny bone. The Scorpion sense of humor is not highlighted enough. Some very famous comedians are Scorpios. Or, for example, I believe Lucille Ball had Jupiter in Scorpio. Jupiter is the humor planet. So Scorpio has a great sense of humor. And boy, you've really needed that the last few months, haven't you? And the good news is you have learned that sometimes not taking life so seriously and looking at it humorously can be best. These Pisces Sun and Moon placements can help you do that. Now, we do have a few other troubling aspects going on. We have Mercury in Aquarius and Jupiter in Aquarius conjuncting at least until Wednesday, but they're also both squaring a point in the sky all week called Lilith. Lilith is a symbol, fully known dark moon or black moon Lilith, and that is a point in the sky that, or in a horoscope even, that is representative of where we harbor a lot of dark and negative feelings and emotions, hurt, pain, anger, and some often less than desirable human qualities as well. So with Mercury and Jupiter touching off that point this week, it may affect Scorpio. You may find that there are some people you need to set straight. Mercury retrograde is never a fun time to get into arguments or disagreements, but I think people who know you can't push Scorpio around. They're going to push back. But it could be that you need to make that very clear to someone this week who may be trying to manipulate or get a little bit pushy with you. You don't take too kindly to that, and you may have to put your back up and say no. Now, do resist your natural tendency to be vindictive, Scorpio, because sometimes with these squares to Lilith, as I said, it brings out your more negative qualities, and vindictiveness just creates bad karma. With Venus squaring Mars, Mars was a former ruler of Scorpio. Some astrologers still utilize it in that way. But Mars is in your opposite sign of Taurus and is squaring Venus in Aquarius. Again, more fixed signs. So this aspect as well could lend itself to you having a bit of a falling out with a very close loved one, a close friend, family member, relative, lover, or spouse. But it's not a serious square. So if you have a fight or a falling out, calm down. Talk about it later, either you or the other person that you might have the dispute with, and you'll probably settle things very, very easily. Mars square Venus is good for one thing as well. It's good for you to put some energy and effort in any creative activities. Yes, Scorpio can be creative. I know you don't immediately think so with the sign of Scorpio, but Scorpio has an innate depth and vision, and they can pull out some wonderful, wonderful creative ideas at times because of their connection to, well, I'll even say the universe. Scorpio can be very connected to these hidden spirit and energies and qualities that you hear us mystics talk about, and Scorpio can be very connected with that energy in a very positive way. Do be careful with these points, the Mercury, Jupiter squaring Lilith, that you're not bringing out negative behavior this week. So be very aware of what you're saying, doing, and feeling this week, Scorpio, and likely things will not be so bad. With Saturn and Uranus squaring, and again, perhaps affecting your sign, as I've mentioned for other fixed signs off and on, maybe yours already as well, in one of these weekly horoscopes, it is time for you to look at the structures of your life and what needs to change. The Saturn-Uranus square will have a personal effect on a lot of people, but it also is going to have a very general effect on all of society, all of the world. We are seeing it. We are having to adjust to this pandemic. Technology, ruled by Uranus, business and commerce ruled by Saturn, they are in conflict with one another, at least as far as astrology is concerned. But again, indicating the difficulties and the problems that we have out there with the economy, with government, with technology, even more so than during a Mercury retrograde. So, yeah, we are all in adjustment mode, you included. If there's one thing that Scorpio is very good at, it is transformation and reinventing yourself. Madonna did not invent that, Scorpio did. You're very good at reinventing yourself as needed. So if you've really been knocked for a loop in the last year, some Scorpios may have been, then maybe it's time for you to shed some skin and be the new you. Scorpio sometimes, at times, is symbolized by the phoenix, which is consumed by its own fire and then rises from ashes to be reborn again. It's a very powerful symbol for Scorpio, who often, whether they have any belief in religion or spirituality or not, they feel this connectedness to rebirthing and reinventing yourself as needed from time to time. Honestly, even though there are squares going on here, these planetary aspects are actually very well set up for you, Scorpio, to reinvent yourself. So however or wherever that needs to be done, take a good look at it this week. Wait till the Mercury's not retrograde anymore to begin some new activities and start some of these changes perhaps that you think about. And give yourself more than just a week. It might be that you'll need a number of months to enact some of the changes that you may need to or you may think that you would like to do in your life. I hope you have a great week ahead, Scorpio.